Hello again. Just another little walk round the garden. Here's Walter basking in the sun. And here is Jessie. So we'll start off in the middle border. And we've got some iceberg. And then a lot of the Virginia McKenna's gone over now, but it will bloom again soon. And this is a delphinium that Trev bought this year. I think it's called Turkish Delight. And this is a little bit top heavy, but that's quite good. I don't know the name of this rose. We bought it probably about 15 years ago. And then as we come around, we've got Timeless Charisma, which has so many flowers on it. Evelyn May, all the flowers have gone over now, but it is a repeat flower, so it'll be fine. And these are looking a little bit dangly with the wind, but it's quite young. Princess Alexandra of Kent. So it will get better as it ages. Got some foxglove starting to flower now. And then this rose has been struggling for a few years, and this is Peace, but it's actually flowering, and it's, where is it? There's another bud as well, so hopefully it's going to be a bit healthier now. Just behind that, Boom Chocolata geranium's about to flower. And coming round here, just past the hollyhocks and the elder, there's quite a few flowers on Bring Me Sunshine, and Trevor was saying it's standing up a lot better than last year when it was very droopy. And I don't know if he's going to move this, because Bowl of Beauty Peony, he bought it this year, it's getting a little bit hidden under the globe thistle, but I believe he's moving that next year anyway. And then we're moving round. I bought Boscobel this year, so it's looking a bit drooping over just because the stems are quite thin, but there's loads of flowers and it's been flowering quite a long time. Some white carnations in bloom. We have some white peonies, and then some red valerian there. There is, with that, Desdemona rose, which isn't flowering yet. We've got Many Happy Returns, which is too close to Leah Tutor, so I need to move this a little bit. And then I'm waiting for Bright as a Button to bloom. And this is about 3 or 4 years now. This is Frances E. Lester, and I'm really happy with how well she's spreading along the garden, and I think she's blooming quite well. So moving along, we've got a few more things. Got salvia is open now. That was from the front garden and it was getting covered by lots of other plants, so I moved it. And just here's Gertrude Jekyll. I'm waiting on Maygold. She was a bare root last year. This is quite new. I think it was from last year. This was Mum in a Million. I think it's a Danish rose breeder. And it's fragrant, it's lovely. And then this is the Peter Beale rose, Oxford Physics. And it starts off pale pink and then it goes almost to white as it starts going over. Got some Phlomis. That's blooming quite well. That's quite a tough plant when it gets going. And it's a bit of a thug, so you do need to keep an eye on it. And then we've got down here some more Olivia Rose Austin. And I don't think she smells very strong, but she's a good one. She always looks good and she's quite new. So this was quite new, and this is Belle Reeves by a French rose breeder, and it's like a very deep pinky purpley red. I don't think the camera's going to do it much justice. And over here we have Poetic Love, which opens fiery orange and then goes a bit deeper. It's more of a red colour. And then moving along, I need to trim some of these. That is Malvern Hills. That's probably, I don't know, maybe 7 years old, maybe a little bit older now. And as we come along here, that is, I think it's a Netherlands company that Rose made. Taste collection, and it's pear. And note to self, I need taller stakes because my peonies have been smashed in the wind. And as you can see, the hostas are doing alright, but I decided to move in a heat wave, as you do, because I like doing stupid things sometimes. And this started off about 3 hostas, and I split them a few years ago, and now I've just split them again. And I have lots of plants. This is Theo something or other. It's another one from the Taste range, and it's only open today, so I think it will get even better. It's kind of a deep pinky kind of hue. And that's Jessie moaning to go in. This is Rhapsody in Blue. And along here I'm trying to train Vilchen Blau along the rest of this fence, just while I'm waiting for Albertine to get moving. And then if we move along here, I've got a rose flowering that wasn't last week, which is Morning Mist, and it's growing really weird this year. I don't know why. So you got that there, but then it's also along here and here, and then it's up there, and then it's up above the fence. I don't know why it's growing like that. It was all cut at the same height, but hey ho. And this peony's starting to go over a bit now. I have been deadheading, but I missed a few. It's more Vilchamblad, and I need to deadhead Wallet and Old Hall a little bit. And then, I don't think you saw this last week because it's only recently opened. This is Rambling Rector. So, we also have some, I called this an allium last week, it's just me being a dope. Obviously it's a lily, and this one's just opening, and I don't think these are going to be too far off opening either. So it's quite a pretty border now. Of course, I didn't get all of this out from last year, which is typical now. But I knew I'd end up leaving some in by accident. And then just a shot down the garden. These are still flowering because they started after the yellow flag irises. The yellow flags have almost all gone over, but I can see a few over there that's trying to bloom again. And then you can see Jessie being moody because I won't open the door. Let's go over and see the dogs. You can watch them be moody around me because they're old now. Miserable old farts sometimes. Oh, and that is Rambling Rose. I think that was purchased last year. Jessie, you a good boy? Yeah. Jessie. Jess. You a good boy? You a good boy? Jessie, look up. Hello. Walt. You want to go in? Yeah. Okay. I'll just let the dogs in and then I will show you the hot bins. We've got 2 hot bins. Come on, in you go then. Bye bye. So we have 2 hot bins. When we bought them, they were about £190 each, which isn't cheap, I know. But they do get rid of most of our garden rubbish. That go in focus. It's showing it's about 25 degrees at the minute. It's about 15 degrees hotter inside. So that's like about 40 degrees, but this was hitting 40 degrees the other day, which would make it 55, which between 40 and 60 is ideal. And what you do, that is basically all composting now, super fast. I can feel the heat off it. And basically what you do, you get your green waste. You see I don't know if you can see the heat coming off that when I do that. You get your green waste, and then you get like brown waste, which is like, twigs and whatever. And then you get paper or cardboard, and then that all mixed together, cut it really fine, and it makes compost. We use it as mulch around the garden, in say Feb time, so it is really good. And then just here I'm waiting for, cut this down last year right to the base and a lot of it was rotten. That's a white jello. Excuse me. And I was going to get rid of it, but it's come back quite nice. I'm hoping it's rejuvenated it. And then I have some wood sage just in here, and it's a bit fusty. It come out of a pot and I should have just cut it low to the ground, but there's lots of fresh leaves and it produces white flowers which the bees really like, and it will grow in shade. I've got a grass which likes shade, and I've got some ferns and some brunnera along here. And these were a great purchase because they're still flowering a bit now. They're flowering from about April. The foliage is brilliant. This is pretty much in shade all the time because it's a shady part of the garden. And then there's this Asa which is giving it even more shade because it's a canopy. So I think I've probably covered everything for today, and I shall see you next week.